just like that, we are now in the action, in the thick of it. Let's see how the T side of AGF will deal with whatever they're being tossed at. Again, those are going to be the real decider parts of this match, but already we started with a bit of action right around this mid position here. Well, most of AGF are in connector. It's got to be a bit of a tough situation for GXX to deal with, unless they go out towards short. At exactly that they do. Quick one for one. They have heard him, and now taking on yet another name. AGF, their attack is falling a bit flat here. Trying to close the door, it's not working out, because now it's all on to one man for Oslo. Before he even knows it, his team's melted away, and he's trapped in the tunnel. At least that Glock gets him one. That's still 3 players holding his angle. Is not going to work out. You can try and try again, but that is the best you can do. He's been removed as a Blink take the first round here. And really, you see that round, it plays out very well. I feel like Blink were ready for that sort of a play coming in from AGF. You saw the setup that they had. They had 2 plays around the short area, basically ready for that connector as well. GXX, you saw him at the very beginning. He as well was waiting for that chance to strike, and after that, AGF, they just funneled right into Blink. Just spawned. Every now and again, headed into B this time. Full Glocks. Well, that kind of does signal they got to be going for buy next round. The entire question is, how will that fare out? How many kills can they get out of this one? And walking through smokes and walking into the B site is not going to be too good, especially with a flashbang like that. The MP9 shreds the first, but overall, there should be no real worries for the CT side here. You see them only 1 casualty in it total. That was the MP9 of center who went down first. And right there as well, you can see those odds courtesy of Pinnacle. Blink, a slight favorite coming into this one. You can check them out right below the screen as well. There's the Pinnacle link right there. Go ahead and check it out if you are interested, but make sure terms and conditions do apply. You're over the age of 18. However, now again into round number 3, where AGF, they've got their guns out. They've got a decent amount of utility as well. 1 or 2 smokes now being used. And then that's sort of a chance in the beginning, but again, where do they want to try and make it from here? Because they use 2 smokes. They've not really gotten too much map control. And if they do go long, you see GXX, he's ready here with a scout and try and tag a few, while Juan Flacho, he's here for the finish. Deals the first and the second as well now from the scout. Trade his fallen comrade backs away. They've got the mad advantage. No need to stick around too long. But still, Blink, the setup that they have towards A is very tough to deal with. The 3 players, 1 more in toilets, a lot of damage, but no kill for the CT. This now caused AGF to slow down a bit here. You see the HP on all 3 players not even equaling 100 in total. And that is going to be a real tough situation to come back from. Thankfully for them, though, the utility that they still had is still there. From the start of the round, it was very reserved, and even so, they have managed to hang on to it. The exact question again is, how will they deal with this? 25 seconds on the clock, and center, he spotted them. That is going to be a tough one now. Look at the molly. They're going to smoke that off surely, but they have to push. They got to go for it. 15 seconds. Time is of the essence. The rotations as well, they are happening, so they got to go quick, and they got to go now. 10 seconds time. Where you want to go? The MP9 is just dancing around, and he nearly takes all 3. But for also, he's not getting out of this one. You can try and run away with the AK. Thankfully will be saved, so at least a slight victory in that sense. But an entire win for the side of Blink. 3-0 start, dealing with the first gun already extremely well. A 3-man A setup that was not anticipated by the AGF side at all. And that long setup they had in the beginning as well was really good. And well, not to mention Center's playing here with the MP9, nearly all 3. 1 more bullet, and gone the way of Frostlove. He'd be taken down of action. But now again, into round 4 we go. We continue the match. See exactly how things will work out here. Is AGF, they've got that 1 AK. You can see Frostlove, he's got $150 in the bank. So basically, you kind of hope that he does save that weapon, because otherwise he's most likely going to be on a pistol or maybe a Max 10 and some utility in that next round, unless the bomb goes down. That's always a possibility in a round like this. Especially with the CT side, they're playing quite reserved, but it is a GXX and that AWP you see on the A-bomb side is waiting for the action. So if AGF can't manage to get themselves, well, in towards that bomb side, that's got to be tough, because the long sight lines, they definitely do favor the big green. Or in this case, the faded green. As now again, there you see, there's that utility and the counter utility from that CT side as well. The AWP nails the first one. AK out of commission for a second or two. Will be picked up, but now it's all about baiting them in. You see, there's going to be one flasher waiting right around the smoke, 2 on the bomb site, so they're definitely not going to be expecting this. And even takes the initiative, the swing comes in. There's going to be a Malta as well to try and stop anyone from chasing him. And his teammates right here to help him out as well. Now they know, and what flasher. It's making it look easy. Last one with the Deagle. Gotta be taken down. Flawless for the CT side. Exactly what you want to see if you're here for Blink. It's making it look that easy. And just like that, we head up towards round number 5. I said it, Frostov gotta be down to Mac 10 and some utility. I mean, that's better than some utility. He's got full... every piece he could need, but a 3-man boost coming through. Anyone jumping across? Not today. Still, you love to see that. I've seen that once before and it actually needed a kill that or back then. So to see a few more teams try and use that sort of a trick, because, I mean, a lot of the times you do see players just jump from the railing down, and that is what gives the CT that kill there. Didn't see that today, but either way, a nice little attempt. And again, this round, starting off slow. That T side has been given a bit of map control. CT so far have not really fought for any of it, but they have a lot of utility and a minute remaining on the clock, so for AGF, it's not going to be an easy one either way. No matter where they go. You can see one flasher as well. 55 seconds on the clock. He's going to be covered by his teammate from behind, one around long as well. Everyone having utility as well. That needed GXX. That's the opening frag of the round. Now getting close. The swing is here. Horfatro immediately sinks the first ship as well. Again, baiting in for that ult, but there's that smoke, and now the CTs just back away. And well, either way, say hello to Synopsy, who takes down 2 more. Now all 5 CTs just, well, waiting for that last man is Christo coming from long, and it is definitely a tough one. Now, immediate execution on the first long-range spray as he struggles. And oh, even the nade. Insult to injury. The CT side to take the round. 1 casualty is all they get there. It's absolutely fantastic. Look at this. The setup that they had again. It comes down to the 3-man setup. The fact that this time they play forward, and that is not expected by AGF. Kind of goes to show that either AGF may be just slightly sleeping on Blink on the map, but either that or just Blink have been practicing it, waiting for someone to pick it against them, because I mentioned it, they haven't played this map since the 17th of April. That's 4 months and a day that they have not touched this map in officials. I mean, obviously, who knows how the practice goes, but... Now again, though, we'll see this when it comes to actual games right here is a good stuff with CTs. Definitely showing up for what matters so far. Trying to continue that as well now. Again, though, heading into this next round, it's got to be this T side. Just again, they are given a lot of map control. That is not a question so far. they haven't really haven't managed to do too much with it. That's the problem, because again, now they head on to B, and you can see the CT side is one at a time. They just take them down. There are no issues at all, and even making it all 5 gone down without a casualty. So the CT economy right now, they're feeling good. The only thing they need to rebuy into this is just some utility. Overall, they're definitely feeling good to start off this one, and now we gotta see the T side finally get their guns out again. Chris down with the up. So, weapons are out. T side trying to get themselves on the board. Sooner the better, obviously. The longer it goes on, the more you feel like nothing is working. But again, you can see Blink, they're changing the play style a bit here. An attack coming through, but look at GXX, he's still sticking around here. But that shot miss will give away his position, and now just runs away. It's not going to test his luck 3 times. Well, we do see our entry in the round. In the meantime, over towards that B site. AGF again. They're a bit stuck here in mid. Because Blink, they have not really shown too much of what they have done towards mid so far. So the fact that now they see that presence early on, they got to be very careful and see to try to even do anything. There you go, the standard set of utility at least coming through. Clear at least 1 or 2 angles. Get a bit closer. Worry about that later in the CT side. They'll have to worry about that information that they do not have. However, again, they're just so dynamic. Moving around the map, all the way from mid, now back to long, a 2-man setup. Basically just baiting them in while AGF, they're running in circles. Right around that mid position, but finally with 35 seconds on the clock, we do see that T side now make their move. Smokes it down at least, allows them to move slightly closer towards that A site. And the execute looks to be coming through as well. 2 smokes, 1 at Molly, and a few flashbangs to spare. With 20 seconds on the clock, CT hold. Let's see what they can do. Synopsy and GXX both looked out of the bomb site. One flasher still on long, and look at this. He waits, and now he strikes. Good for one of the trade is quick. 10 seconds to get that bomb down. GXX, take your shot if you want to try and stop the bomb plan. Can't do so. The T side now, they have got that bomb down. Now they got to play the after plan. You can see Cabby holds the long range angle from long cage and be right beside him as well. But now the CT side of the sheer manpower they have coming into this one. They've got individual duels so far, but Nodios makes the first one and the second. Looking to take even another one. Ducking away behind the bomb side, while the T side, they just take care of the CTs one at a time. Absolutely fantastic on the post plan from AGF. Nodios just barely overlooked, and that gives them that sort of a chance to do so. Well, again, finally the first round of the board for AGF. And they are in the match on their map pick as well. Also, you can check out, again, Pinnacle, right below the Twitch stream. Well, you can go there, or you can sign up at teb.gg/bet10. Use the code Malta21 when signing up for Pinnacle. Get yourself €10 when you bet €10. If you want to test your luck, you can go ahead and do that. But now again, heading over towards that next round with the CT side again. Gotta try and slightly alter their playstyle around that mid position. It's giving us a bit of a different type of show here, because GXX, he's still hanging around. We haven't seen him this aggressive in a while. But again, now, let's see what else they can do. There's going to be Synopsy flash and fully blind to take a spray, but well, also having removed him completely, and now to make their way in, he's got to be 2 for 1 flat show. The M4 Rick Wonders, nearly even a third. He had the lineup. Let's see what else they can do. This GXX, he's holding, waiting again, going a bit aggressive. I mentioned the playstyle. They have these sorts of players who just take these duels, win them, and from those 3 rounds just follow. Exactly, and you see exactly why with the GXX. Not afraid of anything. Even with 30 seconds already, you might wonder, why is he not just playing the bomb side? Why is he this aggressive? And I say this aggressive, he's extremely aggressive. He's going all the way in from behind. Well, AGF, they take their time, but it's going to be a free bomb site. You can see the CTs on the minimap, they're in connector. Utility will at least give it away now, but How much can they do? That smoke is down, GXX. Can I see any legs? Can I see anything? There's gotta be nothing given, and Frostlove, he's ready for the first man as well. Util still comes through on the T side, they're ready for this. And so are the CTs, but they're ready to save instead. Cresto as well, taking down center. That should seal the round. Unless GXX is giving frag here, he's not going. Save that up. Fight for the next round at AGF. Consecutive rounds 1 and 2 now. So that means they're basically at least fully in the game now. So check that out again. I'll see exactly how they managed to continue that. Again, this is their map pick, so Blink having a 6-0 start is, well, far from the best that could have happened, but a lot of times it is just 1 or 2 rounds and then you've managed to find that groove, then you get back into the right headspace. They're like, oh yeah, this is how you play the map. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And you can see the odds. Again, I mean, that 6-0 start did really give like a bit of an edge on them. Now again, let's see. Round number 9 begins, and obviously immediately into mid, because they know AGF, they have been smoking off that Molotov a lot of times, and that gives them a bit of a chance to try and fight. This player immediately takes him down as well. Christy going for the one-on-one duel there. His teammate can't really help him. Well, in connector, you just see the absolute perfection the CT side are doing right now. That's one at a time. That T side just keep on walking straight into them. And it is just so damn tough. Because we get it. Frostlove now. We've seen him in this position once when it was on the pistol. Now he's got an AK, but still he's up against 5 rifles and only gets 1 chance. With the Blink now shutting down AGF, and, well, what was a potential comeback at 2 rounds only. Facing off against the wall of 7 that the CT side have managed to get here. It's definitely not gonna be an easy one, but there's always a chance to turn things around. You never know what kind of round it is. Could it be the pistols? Could it be the Deagles? We've seen that so far in the tournament. We've had those sorts of pistol rounds in the past few days already. But there you go. GXX already gets the first one in the CTs. They're just spraying connector. They want to make sure the sniper gets away. Not gonna let any of the T-side players chase them down, but one Fletcher, he is going to have a feast here. Now with GXX taking down one Fletcher, 1, 2, 3, as clean as you would like it. Just like that. It wasn't the pistols this time. Instead, it's gonna be Blink up to 8. Yet another round added to them. And the tally that they have is just stunning. So accurate again, and just 17 kills with one Fletcher's name. He's 11 rounds in, he's got 17 kills. I mentioned star power, and this is exactly what I mean. Especially when I said that Blink have been elevated with the addition of one Fletcher. Not only does he bring that sort of fragging power, but he also brings a bit more experience from other teams as well. He's been in with maybe different types of, or different styles of calling when it comes to the game. He was in Team Secret for a while, I believe. And other teams around that sort of area. So he definitely has the knowledge of the game, experience, and the aim to back it up as well. Again, let's see. As round number 11 commences, we're going to have AGF on yet another gun around. No AWP this time. Suggesting they're a bit too poor for it, or maybe going for a bit of a faster play, set play from spawn. Execute style, but now the flashbang. It is absolutely perfect again. Look at this. Another one on Fletcher. He just keeps on going. Runs out of ammo. Frostlove will swing back for one and the second. Finally, the CTs are punished. This time it is towards that B side where Frostlove, he has been getting smacked multiple rounds in a row. And so he finally gets something to go on his way. Definitely a good idea there, but a good case for him. And again, GXX, he's holding A. There's absolutely nothing over there. Instead, we have to wait towards that B-side center. He's holding that boost, but all three T-side players, they're about to sneak in from the tunnels, and then they crouch straight in. A lot of damage. Molly tossed in to buy some time, try and separate them, but the entries are still there. And AGF have finally managed to crack over the B-bomb site. So many attempts we've seen go in vain. They found nothing from them, but this time it is a bit different. As that Molly fades, she exacts holes, tries to find some sort of a kill here. Oh, yeah, you can see Frost, he's been heard. He knows where he is. With that in mind, just backs away. Not interested in this, and AGF. Round of 3 is now on the board. All to be saved. Don't really think they can try and chase him down. Nor should they. The money is still in, it's still down to the dumps for the T side. Overall, so. At least save those weapons. Try and get a bit of economy going on, because... Well, I always talk about that sort of a safety net that you can establish. Will be exactly that, that when you lose a round or two, you still have enough money in the bank to go for another full buy. And that is going to be a tough one to deal with, but let's see if they can manage to string together a few rounds at least, because Blink right now, their safety net, it is in full effect. You can see they still got enough, or still got at least a bit of money in the bank. 5k for GXX and Juan Fletcher both. Oh, bit of a different type of setup we've seen so far. Oh, there's Zorp right here on the B side, and GXX, he got that entry from it as well. So AGF just getting smacked in the face when they try and change something, because in Blink they're reading it before it even happens. They know they made the playbook on overpass apparently. So let's see what else AGF can do. Synopsy holds the toilets, and that is not expected at all by Cabby. I would have been taken down and out of the count now. T side, see what else they can do. Connector door closed and open. Just make a bit of noise, and you can see the T side immediately as the door opened. Yeah, they glued their eyes to it. That's still a bit wary. Maybe someone's coming in from the back. And as they do, oh no, the timing could not be worse. Nodios, he's not going to spot him, but one flash out. Might be able to hear a step or two. And if that's the case, it is completely over for that T side, and especially now. Look at it too through the smoke. And the B side, it works once, but it doesn't work twice. That CT side is straight back to getting themselves these sorts of solid defenses. To get a 5-play surviving so far. Now just looking to punish, and that's not going to even happen. Flawless for Blink, and at this point you start to wonder, how long have they practicing how long have they been practicing overpass for? This does not look like a team that doesn't play overpass at all. It just looks like a team that has been waiting for it. There's a reason they float this instead of Ancient, apparently. Or it was Ancient or Nuke, either way. It was Nuke that they do not play, so... Realizing that, they have to try and learn the map. Get back into an AGF right about now. That's being blown out of the water. Not getting too much to deal with. Bristow takes a huge nade to the face, 33 HP remains. At least thankfully he's on that AWP, so... May not affect him as much as the others on his team had they eaten that one. But again, down now. T side. See what they can manage to do here, because again, you can see them on the B side. There's one man holding, waiting. While on A, you've got Juan Fletcher waiting himself, giving an entire kill out of that one, and the second nearly there as well. But Cabby just crouches right below his crosser. Able to get that one back onto 4-on-4. Still plenty of time on that clock, and the T side are now making their way all the way towards A. That molly will separate them at least and slow down. Synopsy might spot a leg here if Cabby goes a bit too far. And that would be the worst case scenario. They still don't know. Now he finally pulls the trigger. The M4 gets nothing. A-site has it full of it. Here's GXX, and on the AWP, he'll miss the shot, and that's going to cost the A-site entirely. Now the retake is out of Galito, at least gets the first one. Bomb's going down to 40 seconds. CT retake is going to be a difficult one, and no one has any utility. There's one nade between all these 5 plays, and that's it. That's all they have now. And holding bank, but the T side, they need to find a few kills out of this one, or it's going to be looking like this with center getting that entry. Still, HP is low. Frosto was with 1 HP, basically just 1 bullet, and Colito, he's going to get him, but doesn't know it. Instead, Frostlov takes the duel, takes the W, round before AGF. Still not done. They want to try and continue this. Again, now with round number 14 beginning, we're headed into the final stretches of the first half. At worst, we might send 11-4. At best, a 9-6 half for the side of AGF, which at least would be recoverable. 10-5 as well is nothing to be too sad about. It's just the early start that AGF had. Or maybe the lack of a start would be a better word for that. However, either way, now you see that team try to use that utility, go for the duels, and work as a team. Even if there were a bit of a place towards that mid position, even if they tried some cheeky stuff like they have in the past, today it's not going to work out. Or maybe it is, because looking at this against Synopsy, he's done this once or twice already. Went Fletcher once as well. But he's going to realize mid's open. There's nothing there, the CT side, having re-smoked that monster tunnel as well now. Buys a bit of time. Synopsy, he clears mid, he clears whatever he can see of toilets and connector. Not here, but now he goes back out and into the executioner known as Cajun B. Now finally that T's to have that chance. They know if he was that far up, there's very good chance there's not going to be too many other plays towards that A site. However, they still take it slow. Well, on the B bomb side, we see Center and Galito just vibing around, nothing really doing anything, or not doing anything else there. And not moving either at this point. Now you can see exactly why as well if you look at the money situation on that CT side. They've completely lost all of it. So saving at least, or even 2 rifles is going to be a huge help for them headed into that next round. And you can see, yeah, they're backing away. Now that the bomb's been planted, they try to get as far away as possible. I think he might be looking for either the AWP or an AK-47 he could pick up. Well, that T side, well, they're still somewhat hunting them. Just clearing at least a few angles if they can. That having been done, there you go. M4 has been seen. No AWP to be collected. Instead, tuck away to safety. AGF, they get round up a 5, and we head over towards that last round of the first half. With a, well, decent recovery at least from the AGF side here. It was a 6-0 start. And that is after that AGF did start fighting back. But again, yeah, it is the Danes map pick, so you do hope to see them at least have a bit of a better CT side. And a CT side start than the first half here. Well, Christo now finally bangs someone out with the up. Haven't really been talking too much about him. Well, so far he's not really done too much either, so I suppose it all works out in that sense. But again, I like Blink. I like the fact how they're playing this. They're staying dynamic, taking early control of areas. You can see exactly there as well. Connector. After that, double swing to short if there were anyone else there. Right by now, Snopsy, he's all alone. There's got to be a tough situation to be in. Drop that molly, but either way, you got to be pushed by that T side. Another molly from them to flush him out. Now the A side has fallen, but here's the reinforcements. One man at car for Oslo. You have to check these angles, all of them, but center. He's got to kill it with a nade. In the meantime, without the bomb canopies up, there's one. And now the second one, Flatcho still dancing around. The truck will be taken down with a double from Nodios. Golito, he's the last man remaining, however, not anymore. AGF, they take 6. They recover extremely well from what was a disastrous start to their map pick. And the first one of the series as well. And headed towards that second half. Now, this is where it really comes from. Or this is what it really comes down to. AGF and the CT side, how is it going to pan out? How is Christu's ulting going to be? How exactly are they going to try and counteract what I can only imagine is going to be as explosive a first half from Blink as it's going to be now in the second? And especially when they're on that T side. Well, we'll find out as we already begin with a bit of a stomping right around the connector area. A lot of noise being made with a lot of Glocks following them. KJB decided to run away. That's the correct choice. You do not want to go up against 4. Especially when they've got about 80 bullets to spare on poor one man alone. While now they're just going all the way in. A bomb site. It is taken over. No fights at all just yet. Bomb goes down to the CT side now. Need to figure out how they want to retake this. And obviously, he's holding connector, this one man scene. But the big question mark, the one that could swing this back, is going to be Cajun B. Matt Golito, he's seen him. The Glock takes the duel and the dink as well. Finally, that CT side begins to move and running out of ammunition. Golito still gets one more out of that and jumps away. How's he still alive? Center will at least cover for him. And takes down a few more as well. Last man remaining is Nodios. They saw him in connector a long time ago. There's no time. Either way, but Blink. What a chaotic round we've had. This is going all around the world, really. You had a KGB who might have had the chance, but Golito, he was watching. He was ready for someone to come from long. Even though they had a teammate right around the party area that were holding connector, you wouldn't think it would have managed to get too long, but no, Golito. He reads it like a book. The T side now getting themselves that early start on the second half as well. The pistols upgraded now into rifles. 3 Galils, 2 AKs. I'll see what else they can find here. Snopsy waits, he holds. On the CT side, I like the fact that they're at least trying to play this with the utility that they have. Very reserved though. 3 smokes, one of them now used. Leaving Cage and being Frost of the only players who can, well, do anything with this. To try and delay them. Oh, Christ, to delete a long-range Galil. Quick little headshot nades as well, so AGF. Not the start they were hoping for. First, they lose the only big gun they had in the round after that. They take even more nade damage. While Synopsy clears the B side for 1. Question is here, Toils, has got to be a flashbang or no? I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. So there's a chance for Nodios. But now the chance for the second as well. One Flatro. He clears both of them. And so far, keeping it clean. Blink. On the first half, they had so many rounds they did not lose any players in, or maybe max 1. It's insane. Whew. Even another one, Flatcho. He's just clicking heads. 4 kills again in that round, equaling 24 in total now. And again, that is just insanity. You can see the odds as well. They kind of reflect this sort of game we've had so far. Even if overpasses AGF's map pick, Blink, quite a bit of a favorite into this one now. The crowd certainly will be following them and Juan Flacho's lead. Well, let's see. AGF, nothing but pistols. Some cheeky plays coming in, perhaps. This kind of does suggest that, looking at the position they're in. All of them just clumped up together. A 4-man squad and Synopsy, okay. Oh, you hate to see the molly fades. They begin to move. Immediately domed. Cajun has no chance. And even worse, Synopsy is now holding this. 35 ammo in the Galil as well. 3 plays around the corner. The USP's to sheer manpower is enough to take him down. Frostloff basically sacrificing all of his HP for that, but Still, the round should be as easy as it is now. One man on the A side, it's just a USP. And then the round is over. Even if the rotates are coming in, there's not much that can be done. Oh, chance, but center was a bit too close by. Decent amount of util, a bit of a team kill in the mix as well. Flacho executing his teammate. Well, now the last man remains, Scabby. And kind of as expected, the round doesn't really give too much for the AGF side. 2 kills so far, it's definitely nothing to scoff. I can say they only had pistols. Maybe even a third, or maybe not. 20. Or, yeah, 25 kills now. Would have been 26, if not for the team kill, but... it is what it is. As either way, it's going to be Blink on to 12. Doubling the rounds of the CT side. But now, this is what I really want to see. This is the round that needs to count for AGF. Because if they lose this, they're going to be going down to pistols. Maybe a half by the next round if they really want to try and do that. That's going to be 13. Then probably 14 as well. For the side of Blink and 8 rounds behind the opposition. 1 round away from map points. And we got to be feeling good when that kind of thing happens. So to now see the players step up on the CT side. What have they done here? What is the actual reason they've picked the map? Because the T side, I mean, again, the start was not the best. Now they have a bit of a chance to try and turn things around here, so let's see. Because again, Christo, he's holding along, getting nothing yet. Even his teammate close by in case he needs help here. Or in case they need to fall back. Oh, hold on. They've changed positions completely. Christo leaving himself vulnerable to the... Oh, yeah, let's okay. He turns around and nails one. The entry in the round has been found. 50 seconds on the clock for the teaser to make a move. If one Flacho either sneaks in or manages to cause a bit of chaos, get at least one of the kills here. That could be enough to force another rotation from the CT. It's a bit of a misplay, perhaps, but... Now Christo down to half HP. They still know there's at least 1, maybe 2 here towards A. Smoke toss down, 30 seconds remain. The B side will be the hit, but the CT side rotations have gone through back to B. Now here they go. KJB and takes down to the first man. Looking for the next one as well. But the Earth school lead to one Flacho delivering one apiece. And the B bomb side, it just falls flat as the attack completely gets decimated. Nothing. AGF will not allow them. Taking a play out of Blink's playbook on the CT side where there was just constant shutdowns towards B. Out of all the times AGF tried to go towards the B side, they managed to get there once. In the entire half, which is just insanity again. But now that they're on the CT side, they might have a bit of a better chance at this. Better luck, and maybe you do as well. You can check out Pinnacle, and you can sign up using the code Malta21. If you want to learn more, you can go to teb.gg/bet10 to learn more about that and our wonderful partners over at Pinnacle. Well, either way now. As this next round begins, number 25 rounds the difference between these two. And again, AGF desperately need this because the T side, well, the safety net from the first 3 rounds, the economy is still there to get them another full buy. Some scraps of utility are basically missing, but that's it. What can they do with this? That's the question again. I like the setups though. AGF playing basically as a unit everywhere. You can see 2 players towards short. There's 1 man on the B site itself. I mean, of course, as soon as I say that, he moves away to A. So the B bomb site has been completely left vulnerable besides the short area. So if Synopsy decides to lurk out, he might learn that he's going to have a bomb site completely for free. But now let's see, Nodios. Got to be holding forward. There's any flashbangs that might come over. He wants to dodge them to go too far. But here's that T side. There's the flashbang as well. The question is, can he dodge it? I don't think so. Never mind, not even the flashbang. Mulling instead of trying and buy some time here. Cause a bit of havoc in the T side and their sides themselves. Now 20 seconds time becomes a bit of an issue. But Synopsy, look at this. Yeah, he's going all the way from behind. There's no time to call this off, no time to go back to B, but there is a chance to make this the most brutal backstab of a long time. And oh, Synopsy has been taken down at the CT side. Everyone has been getting kills, 3 so far, making it 4 as well. 1 man remaining, simply no time. Center, he's out of the round, and a random 8 is there for AGF, even after time execution. Money, not good for Center, $450. So now Blink, you know, might want to take a bit of time out here. Might want to take a pause to discuss things. The question is, are the rest of them going to buy, or just going to go for the next round and hope Center can get some sort of a back 10? Become a helicopter entry, as I like to call it. Up the DPI to 4,000. Start jumping around, looking at every single corner you can. Spray and pray, hope you find at least 1 kill. We'll see. As that nade as well. Did quite a bit of damage. Over 100 with that 1 nade. So the T said, without their armor, not looking to be poised to take a round like this. So again, the question is if they can get the bomb down. If so, Center might be able to get himself a Galil and a utility. That's basically the big difference of the round. And so, Snopsy has been seen and has heard the M4. Backs away and on the B side where Cabby is waiting. Another name we haven't really talked too much about so far, and again, kind of shows in the scoreline. We haven't had too much from AGF. The first half was mainly just them scraping some rounds together at the end. Due to what I at least want to say was decent teamwork, where everyone was doing their part. But now in the second half, you see Cajun gets 3 here. Eco frags, but at least getting a bit of confidence going on. And you can see, yeah, there's no disparity between the kills on the CT side. 3 players with 10 kills, 211 is a full house. And now, there you go. Yeah, Center, he's got a Mac 10 molly and a smoke. That now means we headed into round number 22 with the CT side only 3 rounds behind. So as soon as the gun runs have begun, we've seen the rise of AGF, the resurgence. But again, we've yet to see that sort of a star performance from, well, any single one of them in these social rounds so far. Which might be the difference maker when it comes to Blink and AGF in the match so far. As we've got one Fletcher probably approaching 30 kills at this point. Well, again, Cabby tested at the B side. Utility comes through, and so does the T side. Dodging the flashbang this Center with the Mac 10 helicopter entry. Checking the angles, clearing whatever he can. Synopsy, got to be taken down at the meantime. But still yet to fully make their way through, and KJB has a chance. There's the flashbang with 3 on the other side. Gets none out of it. And neither does Nodios. They've been taken down. The B side defense has been removed. Still 2 players remain as Krista and Frostlov waiting. There's that op. Might be getting a chance in this one, but I like this. T-shot, they're still backing away. They've got a lot of time. You can see one player's going up connector. They're going all the way towards A. First 2. He does start to read. I think he might hear this running steps on the bomb site. And if that's the case, his teammates should start moving soon. Now again, though. Exactly how will this turn out? Because it depends on the first kill. Christo, does he turn around in time? He's waiting. Apparently doesn't go his way. Also, he's hoping for the bomb to be on B, but no. Instead, gets taken down. Unfortunate timing. GXX removed his head. 18 to his name, and yeah, there you go. One Fletcher as well. 27 kills to his name, so he's rapidly approaching the 30 bomb. Definitely the difference maker in the game so far. And now that CT side, they need someone to step up, whether it be the experienced in KDNB, the new star in Christo, or just the rest of the team themselves. We've got Nodios and Cabby who are definitely very capable themselves, but so far the issue is that they're just not showing it, unfortunately. Oh, Heaven Smoke ends up being a miss. That might be a bit of a misplay, but It's not gonna be a full commitment anyway just yet. There's the flashbang again, and Golito, he's going in. There's the second spray. Cabby trades. Having dodged the flashbang supports his teammate, but here's that T side looking at this. The plan to be immediately on to A, but Gristo with that open, misses the first shot. That's not the greatest position to be in now, with the UTL coming through the flashbangs as well. Buying time, T side getting closer and closer. Shotgun opening, let's see what he can do. As takes a tag, gives a tag. There's shot now connecting, not for the second though. Still one on alone, but one of the trash can. And one flat shot, unfortunately. It's clotheslined, not sure where to look. And the bomb being dropped on the A side gives Blink a half situation. A real pickle there in, but Synopsy might be able to do something about this one if that smoke fades. But again, though, now to make his way through, he's trying to sneak for Oslev, though. You ready? No, he's not. 24 seconds. Time, not a huge issue just yet, but now they know where they are, and GXX, he needs the nail shot here. The shadow will give him away, and there's the close one. Takes now 1 out of 10 seconds. He spotted him, but Cabby denies. Does not want to give any more rounds away. Double digits for AGF with the skin of their teeth. Just barely. And again, those odds at Pinnacle. They're, well, slightly starting to even out, but they've been around this sort of area most of the match either way. But a few more people are starting to believe in AGF, and well, maybe you should too, maybe I should. Either way now. Yeah, let's see just exactly how this goes. The T side. Yeah, they're not going to get too much out of this. They have the AK on one Fletcher. See what they can do with this. Though, Cabby again, he's starting to wake up here. Monster Tunnel seems to be his domain. Getting quite a bit done so far, but let's see again, how does that T-side respond? They've still got that AK and a bit of armor on center. Boost it up. Yeah, finds absolutely nothing so far. Oh, that CT side. Oh, uh-oh. Watch out for Oslo's here. The MP9 cleans up 2, spots the 3rd, and well, he has to run for AGF to try and keep things flawless. Last man to be taken down, but Saturn, no matter where he goes, he's just going to be absolutely in dire straits, and yeah, there you go. Cabby closes things out with a 2K, for Oslo with 3. And AGF, they are, yeah, there you go. They are starting to close the gap here, slowly but surely. And finally, about time for this as well with Blink. Do you take themselves that time? But again, I do want to remind you guys, it is a single loss elimination, a knockout tournament. As the name suggests, 1 loss, you are out. Thankfully for now, though, this is still the first time of the series. So losing the first time, it doesn't really mean anything, but either way, you're still not going to be feeling good headed towards that second map with a loss under your belt. We've had 8 teams being eliminated already. We have 8 more in, well, the matches today and tomorrow. After that, we've got round of 16. And from there, we go on. But now let's find out. What can these teams now do? Blink down to some pistols. Single Mac 10, basically a half by here. Trying to get the bomb down is the ideal situation in this. Maybe a few kills. If they manage to luck out that much, but we'll find out again. They headed towards that B bomb site where it is going to be Cajun waiting. That smoke, depending where he tosses it, might buy a bit of time. But here comes that T side of the M4 spray. Is at least good enough with him and Cabby both taking 2. Immediately stopping that T side dead in their tracks. The last man remaining with Mac 10, or Tech 9, excuse me. Has at least found 1 more. And there's Frostliv as well. Okay, this might not be over just yet. 60 HP armor. Minute remaining at a Molotov. Alicia's saying don't call it just yet. There's that good nade. There's the ult. And Christo, he's not going to miss. Finds the shot. AGF Void Disaster. 2 players remain, so at least a bit of weapons will be carried over. Not the ideal amount. At least that ult is there. And now 13-12. So again, the CT side seems to be, well, going the way AGF were really hoping for. That T side start, that's the big issue that we've had in the match so far. Blink had themselves a 6-0 lead in the beginning. From there, AGF, they started to climb back, trade rounds into a 9-6 half. The issue so far, again, is that now in the second half, Blink, they've slowed down a bit. And GX actually's got to try and speed things up somehow himself. Well, again, now taking the mid control, Nodios, he hears all these steps, but look at this, it's the open GX, he's ready for this. If he misses the shot, the bomb could be going down, but thankfully he does not miss. Even ready for a second. Rather disgusting KGB as well. He's got to be, well, in that sense, baited in here. If they're ready for that second, they might not be ready for one more in toilet. It all comes down to timing. Who on Flutshow pops that head at GXX with another. And it comes down to the last man remaining, AGF. They are decimated. They're out of the round, surely. Happy now, though. He started to form the top frag for his team. 18 to his name, Frostov with 15 followed by him. So now we're starting to see at least some of the players for AGF as well step up. At least a bit more. But again, now let's see. As Blink, they will be taking themselves 14 here. And AGF still stuck on 12, unable to equalize just yet, but they definitely have a few more chances to do so. Cabby, if he saves the weapon here, can jump 1. Nodios may be able to buy himself Chris 2. If he wants, he can probably go for an AWP here. Might have to sacrifice a lot of utility. Maybe some armor, not entirely sure. Yeah, has to sacrifice armor if he wants to go for the op. But yeah, it's not looking too great for AGF. So at this point, they're wondering if they want to try and fight for overtime, or do they want to fight for the win here in regulation. If they force here, they lose. That's the worst case scenario for them. We'll find out. Either way, GXX seems absolutely on point with these kills this round. Oh, yeah, there you go. AGF, they've decided to buy up, so putting all their eggs in this one basket again. 2 plays on B. There's that third man as well, jumping down. Cajun B and his pistol, while Christo styling right around the corner hill, but jumps back. Thinks twice of it. Oh, Blake, so far this is looking quite similar to the first half in terms of map control from the CT side. They're not really doing too much towards the B side. A lot of the times they're just stacking towards A with 3. I kind of like this though. AGF, they're showing them respect, but now they're taking it away here. 3 whole plays headed towards short, so dangerous waters, but it is Cajun B going first. Cabby, who can trade with the AK. Spawn no one, realizing, you know what? Maybe we should be getting ready for A. Possibly a chance for them. I'll head out that way. And if you do look at that minimap, you do see them, well, getting ready to swarm the A-bomb site. Util back towards B. There's one been spotted. That's the AWP. That could give away the plan here for the T side. One Fletcher getting ready for Christo on the other side. Well, let's see who's going to be faster. There's the first one. Christo nails it. And here comes that T side. The rest of them will be joining Molly to force them out of position. CT's 20 seconds remaining. Nodios down at Frostlov. They still don't know he's here. He can stop this. He can stop it, but maybe not today. 15 seconds. Get that bomb down. As Cabby has dropped it for a second of 10 seconds. Not gonna stop it. Christo, that's not even what it tends his luck. There's Swanmer from the back, and it looks like it's gonna be 15, unless there's gonna be something that Christo can do. And there is not. It is a blink on to 15 on AGF's map pick. So they are definitely now showing up here again. one Fletcher. He might have slowed down a bit, but GXX, he's definitely showing up himself. 24. Close to one Fletcher in terms of those kills. The second half has been the Orper's playground so far. Which for the T side of Overpass is a bit difficult to say, really. Don't get to say that too often, but let's see what can be done here. As the CT side have decided to just go for the pistols, the best they can do. 1 scout, 4 deagles, 3 smokes. Not looking good here, but let's see. AGF need a miracle, need something to be delivered to them, a weapon perhaps. Mistake the bomb, even better. Let's see what the T side decided to do here. Smokes are still down there. It looks to be that B approaching only one man. Here we're gonna need heroics from Cajun B. Spam that deagle, 7 bullets in the magazine. Let's see what he can actually find here. Out of the smoke going down here, surely not. There you go. T-side still slowed down for a second, but a flashbang or two could stop them from approaching. Or stop Cajun B from seeing anything. Molly had gone out. But the smoke is enough. Still no rotates happening. So AGF, they're fully believing it is A. Now there it is. Cajun B spots the action, and here comes that T side of what could be the final round of the first map. Cajun B, let's see what you can do. The answer is nothing. Immediately taken down. Cabby has come to the rescue, trying to help that CT side at least get one, but again, overall, it's not doing too much. The CTs, they are taken down. Frostlove all alone, the 1 versus 4. An AK in his hands, but with the woman going down at 4 players to find, it seems impossible. GG is going on in the chat already. It is going to be map number 2. We're headed into Mirage with Blink taking Overpass 16-12, stealing it from AGF. The Danes lose their map pick. And just like that, we have the end towards map number 1. And well, a wonderful showing from both teams, especially from Blink. The aggression they showed at the first half, the quick start that they had, AGF weren't really ready for it. They had to adapt, take a bit of time until they really got accustomed to it. And the second half just came down to 1 or 2 rounds, really. That swung the favor or the momentum the other way, unfortunately. But for now, we'll be going to a slight break. We'll be back in about 5-8 minutes-ish. And when that happens, we'll be back with our second map of the series, Mirage. We'll see you guys then.
And the
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Malta Vibes Knockout Series number 1. We're still in the round of 32. It's our third day of matches. We've had 8 teams then knocked out already. 8 teams make it to the round of 16. And well, for today's matches, we've already got our first map done. That was a Blink versus AGF, a 16-12 win for the Albanian squad on the day's map pick of Overpass. And we're now headed into Blink's very own territory of Mirage within our next map. And that is definitely got to be the tough case for AGF, especially with the way that Blink were playing. We had Juan Flacho 30 bomb them. He was absolutely performing out of his mind the entire match. He did slow down at the end, slightly, but none other than GXX did step up for that one, also getting 26 kills to his name. ADRs of 96 and 98, respectively. So, those two, you definitely do got to watch out for. The explosive firepower that the Blink squad have does not end with them. It is also followed by Saner, Sinopsi, and Golito. All 5 of them a dangerous squad in AGF right now. They are missing that one person who can step up and match the rest of them, unfortunately. However, Mirage, they've had a few minutes to try and now calm down, maybe gather their thoughts once again. And from there, we might just see them fully reset, take the map back, force us into our third map. If we do go all the way there, it will be none other than Inferno, the classic decider match. So we'll have to see what AGF do have in store overall when it comes to this sort of a map. Because it comes down to it's just 1 or 2 rounds. Like in the last map, we saw a Blink. They took a 6-0 start. They took a 3-0 in the second half, so both pistols going their way. That's going to be a huge issue, perhaps, but we're now headed into the second map. The game is live Mirage. Let's see what we have. And there it is. The question, what are the pistol rounds going to look like? That's the big issue to me. If we're going to have to see that same sort of a game we had at the first map, where AGF could not get either one of those pistol rounds, then that could be a problem again, because if even one of them had to go in the favor of AGF, we might have seen them be the ones to win the game instead. But with that not working out, we head over towards Mirage with AGF down the map. And now we just have to worry about this as we are here. But Blink, they've got a huge haste headed into this one. A bit of a stack on towards A, but it's all hit onto B instead. A strat I may not have seen too often, but definitely one that works out this time. You saw GXX in the beginning just running around into jungle through connector. That got him 1 kill. And now that CT side, they're forced to rotate to B from awkward angles, because jungle, it was in control. There was 1 man in CT, 1 man holding jungle. Now, finally removed that one. However, the round seems like it's already been lost. The CTs, they're not even trying to go for this. Save the armor, save the kit, and smoke you have. That is going to be the first round for Blink. Another pistol so far for them. 3 for 3 when it comes to them. We're gonna have to see some sort of change from AGF, even if it is just winning this next round. As I would argue they do want to go for the force fight from what we've seen so far from them. In the last map, they did want to go for the force fight in the second round. And yeah, there you go, once again. Cabby going for the FAMAS, a second one for Nodios. So they still have those weapons there. Players that did manage to save armor have those sorts of weapons, but now some smokes out towards A. Gotta be an interesting one, a very quick hit from the side of Blink, but right now, if you look at the ball, it seems to be a bit of a fake. Not really committing to this, but maybe they're sending out a scout to recon the area. Because Christo, he is there with that, well, a scout of his. From the CT side, just, well, basically figuring that out, but again, it is just the fake. The AGF side, they're being completely bamboozled here. The first 2 rounds seem very similar in that sense. They go for a bit of a hit towards what seems to be the A site. They have a few players show presence towards it, but AGF immediately abandoning the B site again. So the first 2 rounds, they're definitely something I was not expecting, and I definitely want to see even more of. So And to find out how this will go, we'll find out. This AGF, they gotta try and save those weapons, meaning, well, there won't be an eco in the next round. They're gonna have a chance to fight back in that still. Maybe a bit more utility, I don't know. If they just go for the full eco here in the next round, or I say full eco, I mean, not really buy anything else that besides the things that they have right about now. You can still buy the next round fully. I mean, yeah, one or two players can buy a flashbang or a smoke, something like that, you know? Yeah, seems like not even gonna invest a single thing out of it. But now again, let's see. Mid control comes in from Blink. One man jumps across, one man right behind him with the bomb. So Blink not gonna be going for the same sort of fake we saw in the first two already, but slightly different approach. This time we gotta try and see what the mid area of the map has to do. And there's a bit of a smoke, just clear at an angle or two. Connector control is a very important thing on the map because, well, it means AGF will need to take quite a bit of time just to clear out that area. Just do that smoke, and if Blink leave a player there, it's even better for them. And depending on what they want to do in the round, but now let's see center. He's taking down one in ladder, but here now they're now headed out towards A. Frostlove, oh no. It's made a bit of noise. The Deagle's still there. Still goes up. Takes one and goes down. The round is not all lost just yet for the CT side. They're still getting a few kills out of this. Nodius has that for Moss, but the one was going down, making it that much more difficult to now deal with this, and now nearly impossible. As yeah, he nearly does back away. It is again the FAMAS and armor to be saved. Still has yet to lose any armor from the Kevlar itself, so well, that now having been lost, might have to reinvest, and yeah, definitely does. Losing FAMAS, T-side are doing a fantastic job at denying the weapons. Any sort of quote-unquote early economy, even though it's just a few $1,000s for the CT side, now has to be bought back into this. And again, there you have Pinnacle once again, our wonderful partners, so we'll now find out again. What can AGF do? They've got the gun round now up against them, and Blink. Or actually, Blink's gun round against them, sorry. Was the do not let the HUD fool you. It is AGF still on the left side of your screen. Now again, T side. Wanting to somehow continue this, because now they're taking their sweet time here around mid. Although, T-side again. Haven't taken their sweet time so far, but I like the fact, look at this position they're in all the way into window without no one really noticing. It's kind of been interesting. What a Christo. Didn't really get to see him too much on the first map, but now we do Kabi as well. He did start to show up in the latter parts of the first map, and now again, finding a few kills and looking to try to make it a full house between him and Christo. AGF get their first round on the board. There you go. The game's been fixed. Everything is A-okay now. As AGF are on the board. So, just like that, Christo as well, it gets 3 with the ult. So, like I said, we didn't really get to see too much of him in the first map, but now good to see him finally, I guess, step up here. Not gonna let Blink get too big of an early advantage, unlike the first map. Hate to bring that up again, but well, it is still part of the history of this matchup. Although, CTs love the setup they've got here. They've got one man in connector, Kabi right around here, basically just going back and forth, but Oh, no, he was not ready for it, and neither is Christo. 4 kills in a split second. The CT side AGF, they've had the wind knocked out of their sails. 1 man remains, Cajun B up against the world. At least 3 of the players are low HP. There's that sort of a chance, but yeah, first he has to get through that murder hole. Let's call that for a reason. You don't get through it. On the B side, there's already playing hunting for him as well, AGF. So for the first 3 rounds, they tried to save in it. Well, all 3 having been denied. Now denying all 5 here. No weapons for AGF. They get 1, but immediately smack it, and those odds as well. Yeah. Blink definitely now favored in this match. Alright, sure, with the way this game's going on. First map they took it, headed into their own map pick. The Albanian squad, they're ready. It seems like most of that. People betting on the game as well might be, but... Now Christo, I like the fact... Okay, he's changing up the playstyle already. Trying to throw a bit of a wrench into the plans of Blink here. Not entirely sure if one flash would decide or saw Frostov close by, but if it did, it means they have to clear the angle either way, but he's backed off already. On the meantime, we've got Snopsy probed around a bit all alone here, but well, he's still got to be held from the jungle position. It's got to be Cabby on this other side, while Christo still, so will focus on ramp. Gonna gamble, no one comes from Palace, but he turns around as Synopsis AK awaits. That is the man from Connector. Now they know there's one there in Frostlove. He's basically forced into a 1 versus 2 there. As he jumps out, both him and Cabby removed the A site once again, falling in Nodios. Tried to rotate, only to be removed by the AWP once again. That's just given Blink the fantastic start they have again. All 5 surviving as of right now, Cajun B. I would at least assume he wants to try and save that M4, but it is going to be a difficult task either way. He's hunted down and going to be sandwiched as soon as Golito comes around the corner. There's even a flashbang for him. They're ready. They know what to do. They've done this a million times. Nade comes around. May not hit it, but the AK does. The firepower on Blink. The fact that they just know exactly what to do here on Mirage. They look so determined. And this is a very dangerous team to play up against, in my opinion. Then. Like, Blink, I said it in the first map, they haven't played Overpass since the 17th of April. So if you're keeping count, that is 4 months and 1 day. That's the first time they had played it since then. They had not touched it in officials. I don't know about practice, obviously, but it seems like they've definitely done their homework on the map. So the fact that they just pulled that out with such confidence, the star power that they had as well to show up, and now into Mirage with a very good start yet again, means Blink is they could be a bit of a dark horse to watch out for here in the tournament. Definitely not an easy one to try and remove from the competition with the way the game is going on so far. But again, determination in their eyes. They head out towards Mina in the first 10 seconds. They're already ready to receive what the CT side have in store for them. That's their kills go back and forth. 1 and 2. 3, 4, 5 now to remain. Now it's just, well, Chris the win for also, but again, look at how Flacho. The fact that Blink have so far managed to get towards that B side with such ease in these rounds, like the first 2 especially, it's just a dangerous thing to think about if AGF get baited in by those again. Like we saw, they immediately tried to switch things up with the setup that they had. They didn't really commit anyone to window. They had the AWP dead set on A most of the rounds. But still, the fact that they're giving that up means that Catwalk can be such an easy position to take away from the CT side and just abuse that. Go for those sorts of quick splits that we already saw in the second round. The Yaps, I mean, at that point, you've basically got 1 man to take care of with if you have players coming up from Catwalk. But apparently, that's not the case today. When Fletcher completely dove through the smoke, Cabby does not need his vision. Though, again, with Blink, now down a man in a position we haven't seen so far, but they still have it just as much determination. Let's look at the amount of util going through. There's no smokes going down just yet. That's a bit of an issue. Now, I think GXX finally just got to toss one of his own, but with the util still going through, we're gonna have to need something from that T side to get rid of these sorts of angles. Oh, Chris still baited by the jump and volley tossed. Able to take out at least one of them, but Cabby still here in connector fighting. Staying alive out of being a nuisance while Cajun B comes in all the way from the back. It could be the nail in the coffin for that T side here. AGF, they need a few rounds here. Cajun B, will he be the one to do so? There's that bomb plan. It will go down. Cannot stop it. And the last man on the balcony, they know he's there. Also takes down one, it takes down two. Same as the rounds, AGF. Second on the board again. And with that, AGF, oh, okay. There's nobody else on the second up. Okay, that's not what I was really expecting. I mean, neither are the results when I came into this match, but I suppose it has panned out this way. I was thinking maybe Cajun B still got some AWP left in him, but even that second AWP to Nodios probably makes more sense considering the positions of the players. Oh, okay, Christo, that's good. Fantastic opening for the AGF side. GXX will trade back the second up at least. Christo now stuck, and not for long. He's now completely dead, 6 feet under. Oh, still on A. We've got the CT side. I like it. At least the little plays they've got going on. We're still down to a 2 versus 2 Cajun B. He's moving up here, getting ready for the first and the second. He lines them up. Weapons to be collected, upgraded back into. And AGF now with the third round at the board. A fantastic round, a very quick one overall. We had Chris 2 open things up, GXX traded back 1 or 2. And just like that, then AGF get themselves a third. And no one's really ready for that sort of play. On Blink, okay. Yeah, I like this. I like the fact they're taking timeouts. We didn't see... I don't think we saw a single timeout on Overpass. Actually, that is incorrect. They had one. There was one from Blink. When AGF was making that comeback, but... Either way, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Because now we do have both teams taking timeouts here. Because a lot of the times, teams just forget they have them, they forget to use them. Which kind of just doesn't really work out for them. Well, they are a good thing to use, just even if it does slow down your opponent's momentum even for a second, but... Overall, they've now been used as the big picture deal here. I'll see again what Blink can do. Another one of these straightforward plays towards A. One man on the balconies for Oslov. Dancing around the smoke, trying to stay alive while Cabby's taking down one. Completely changed setup from the CT side of Christo. Steam is now going down, has to try and stay alive in CT by as long as he can in terms of time, while Center is still being a nuisance for the CT side. Rotations coming in. But 2 players remain now, just one is one Flatcho. Man who went insane the first map, but can't do so here. As AGF now begin to pile up those rounds. This time, they're doing it early on as well. Blink, they might have had a bit of an early start against 6-1 there. You see at top. This time, the consecutive rounds are there. The economy of the T side, it is being taken care of, even if it is slowly. Because this round, their final dollars have been spent on it. The only one with any money is one Flatcho. So Blink need to make this one count unless they want to go with that eco and, well, basically, compete for 6-6. Christo has taken a bit of damage. T side not getting away scot-free either. As here is that B push, a full crossfire from the CT side. Works wonders so far. One Fletcher though, he is a man of entries and he is a man of talent, but cannot get past Cajun B. Now tossing a smoke for cover, but Still removed by the deagle from the window. GXX pops in, says hello. As that T-set are now stuck trying to get towards that bomb set, but they're still making it work. As it is this 2 versus 2, but not for long. The last man is here, trying to make the difference. GXX is him who was the second top fragger in that first map, but now to try and remove Christo on the AWP as well, and he's done so as well. Absolutely fantastic positioning. As Christo, poor boy, he's not ready for that one. Outplayed, and Blink, I said they need that round. It was a Hail Mary they forced into that. They had 1 AK and a bunch of pistols. And that was what worked out. 7th round for Blink. And now, yeah, Blink taking another timeout, basically to gloat there. The Carrigan timeout. Well, they have left AGF in a, well, state of decay, wondering how exactly they're going to come back from this. They have to force bind. They've already got 3 players who've bought up weapons. Gage and Nodius might be wondering what sort of utility do they buy here. And what weapons do they have to buy for that? So yeah, there you go. The timer comes to an end. Round number 12 begins. CT side. Let's see what they do. Make up an M4 and an... Oh, go Nodius. Okay. A bit of surprise. But either way, still nice to see some people use that weapon. Now again with this a bit of a slower approach from Blink. We've seen a few of these where they have done this, but in those rounds they've taken mid control, and from there, in the late rounds they've tried to abuse that map or map control they've had. This time that's not the case, and you can see AGF as well. They're respecting that sort of a boundary that has been drawn mid control. They kind of try not to touch it too much, but instead that means they're gambling towards that A bomb side. And here on B, you've got Cajun. B lines up to Nodios with one of his own, taking care of a middle. And that means the teams that are in hot water. Last man is here, and this GXX again left to clutch out. But this time on 1 versus 5 is definitely not as easy as a 1-on-2. Let's see what he can do here. Plant that bomb, stick it, get that extra money again. Guarantee it. That's it. So they've got 3 players in kitchen, one of them even holding the angle, but it should be an easy round for AGF. And it is. Whereas they're just holding the angle patiently. Because he knows player can't be on the left side of bomb site. Dead on the angle the entire time. His team is, well, moving around the other side, and there you have it. AGF round number 5. The money from the bomb plant at least gives a bit of money to Blink. I mean, it's not too much. They can go for some upgraded pistols, most likely. Well, this from KGB, that was absolutely fantastic. Some luck he managed to get there. They lined up for him. Well, now into 13. Blink yet again down to pistols. So we're seeing more of that here. I think on Overpass we saw them eco, I believe, once. That was the second last round of the half, but now though, yet again into this one, they're going to be going with a lot of speed. They've got their running shoes on. No one's shouting at them. This is not the time nor the place. Bat center with this Tech 9 will take at least 1 head off. As there is some chaos additives. Look at the bomb though. It's on B. Synopsis, if he goes down, as soon as he goes down, the bomb can be defused. Question is, how long can they hold off the rotations, and even if Synopsis can't even get this kill? You see center, he's still a nuisance here. They know he's here, so if he takes Crystal, that's big. Because Nodios, now he has to move in. He needs to find Synopsis. There's surely no way they can get another pistol round here. As this Nodios getting one. Has the idea of where Synopsis is, but not the entire position locked down. I think it might be towards the but look at the time. They've got kits, but he needs to get on that bomb immediately. There's that shot, and there's the defuse. A few seconds to spare, I believe, but the bomb will be defused either way. AGF, they do avoid a disaster yet again. But Blink, they just show they do not care about how the game's supposed to be played. They played exactly how they want it to be. Doesn't matter if they're on pistols, on weapons, if they have 4 ops. None of that matters. Their playstyle keeps working. It's that sort of a quick, explosive playstyle that keeps catching the opponents off guard. Especially AGF right now. And making it cost, because, again, we haven't really seen AGF get that money, besides maybe, well, one of these rounds so far. Quite a few of them have been close by Cabby. He's got to be rubbing his head about that one. How does that happen? As Nodio's now has got to be the next man to be taken down. Was tested, immediately removed. Ferocity with the bomb site still locked behind the smokes, trying to play them to his advantage, but it is not working out. And again, the CT side, they're being bullied. They're given the fights, but they can't win any of them. It's just Blink using the utility that they have to perfection yet again. And look at that as well! When Fletcher is just gravitating straight towards his head. The instant he comes around the corner, he just taps the last man as well, and just like that, we've got AGF yet again down to an absolutely awful buy. I mean, there is at least that 8 LP and a FAMAS, but 3 of them on pistols does not bode well. That's the biggest issue here again. Although, Christo in window gonna be boosted up, trying to get a bit of a early start on the T side of players who once again keep up the pace, but this time they walk into the op instead of against it. And one Fletcher, he's all the way in connector already. Like, Christo thought he had it to play pushed up, but no. Not even by a long shot. No, so he's up next, and, well, even holding window is that open. It's gonna be this shot connecting. Instead is that Desert Eagle. One Fletcher, they know he's here. Need to remove him, but again, look at this. I mentioned it during the start and when it happened later on, but get it, they've left the B side completely on the AGF side. They have no clue about it, and Synopsy just keeps on getting kills out of this. When it matters the most, he just comes in clutch here. His timing seemed to be absolute perfection. Now though, again with Cabby, at least trying to get something out of this one. Question is, where does the Cedar want to go? They've got 45 seconds on the clock still. Plenty of time. Yeah, oh, that kill. Yeah, I feel like that's going to seal it. You see, yeah, bomb immediately starts running towards A. Cabby, his long lurk, his play towards B, ends up netting him nothing. Instead, his steps got to be heard. There's Gulito. He waits. And he